Hyundai has launched its mid-large SUV Alcazar with an update. To talk more about it, I have Mr. Tarun Garg with me. Thank you so much, Tarun, for taking time out for us. My first question to you, Alcazar, you have made many changes and the focus has been to make it a little bit more affordable for the people?
No, in fact, this segment is really growing. In fact, now this mid-large segment contributes 14.7% to the SUV sales. So we are really looking at this segment very interestingly, and we have made a lot of changes. You can see whether it is the DRLs, the H-shaped DRLs, the LED headlamps, the tail lamps, the entire front and the rear has been changed. Interiors, we got the customer feedback in terms of really cushioning the seats much more, the captain seats, because a lot of customers in this segment also engage a chauffeur, so they really use the captain seats a lot. So we have made that extended thigh support in the curvilinear screens, which will really give a very good feel to the customers. Also, this customer is very fuel conscious, so the fuel efficiency in the diesel Alcazar is 20.4 kilometers a liter. We have done a lot of safety enforcement as well, in terms of not only just making the structure much stronger, but also in terms of having 40 plus standard features and 70 plus features in the top variants. So a lot of changes have been made. We believe that this car will really कहते हैं customer के मन को भाने वाली है, and really give us a lot of traction in this segment. Because if you see, we have already sold 1.1 million Cretas, and many of these Creta customers want to really upgrade to a 3-row car, 6-seater and 7-seater car, and this new Alcazar will give that option to them.
Alcazar till now did not make a big dent in the market segment, the mid-large segment, where you have competitors like XUV700 and Tata Safari. So now that it has gone through these changes, do you expect the market share to improve for you?
Absolutely. In fact, we believe that this new car is going to be really liked by the customers. The initial images which we release in the media, we have got some very positive feedback from the customers. They really like the looks, and now that the car is available for test drives, once people go into the car, see that the kind of changes we have done, we believe there is a lot of upside to what we can sell in the Alcazar.
Okay. Now, what kind of growth are you expecting this year? Because the last 2 months have been a little slow in terms of sales, and lots of dealers are complaining that the inventories are piling up. We just learned that 7.8 lakh units are there with the dealers. So what is your expectation from here on?
So if you see, while I will not like to comment on the industry numbers, but if you see January to August, Hyundai has been able to show a growth over last year. So the year has been reasonably good for us. We believe that every year is different. If you see the industry, last 2 years had a very good growth. Last to last year, the growth was more than 22%, followed by a growth of 8.5%. If you see CAGR over a 5-year period, it is about 5%. So obviously there will be a little bit of ups and downs, but yes, we are all very confident about the state of the Indian economy, the consistent GDP growth. If you see, CRISIL also projects the going forward for the industry, the CAGR of in the range of about 4.5 to 6%. So I think as long as those macroeconomic fundamentals are robust, we should not really worry too much about a month and two of here and there.
What is your inventory level with your dealers?
So we, as far as Hyundai is concerned, we always believe in keeping a very optimum inventory. Entering into the festival season, the month-end inventory as on August end was about 4 weeks.
And this is where you think it will continue for you?
So look, it will depend. It will depend on how the sales are happening. So as we enter into Onam and Ganesh now, and moving into next month, of course, the big Navratra festival. So dealers will need a lot of vehicles to really serve to the customers, and then towards the year end, as it happens every year, the inventory starts coming down.
I understand you are coming out with an IPO and you have a bit of a silent period and you're not making projections, but we all know that 2025 we will see Creta EV coming in. Now, what is the size of Creta EV that we can expect, and then you have 4 more products, 4 more EVs that you're working on. What is your plan? What is your strategy on EV?
So look, if you see, as we have mentioned in our draft papers as well, we are really looking at EVs at a very positive, in a very positive way. We have already announced that we are going to launch 4 EVs, including the Creta EV, in the Q4 of financial 25. Creta is a very strong brand, and we believe that a Creta EV could be, in terms of, it will be the first kind of a high volume EV from Hyundai, and let's see. I think the strong brand Creta is, and the kind of technology we will be able to provide to the customer. Yes, we are optimistic about the sales of Creta EV.
So these 4 products, do you have a timeline under which you will introduce them to the Indian market, and what are the size that you will be focusing on? Is it Creta plus also, or Creta and below?
So look, as of now, we have just mentioned that we are going to have 4 products. So let's limit it to that. Today, anyway, is the Alcazar day. So let's enjoy the launch of the Alcazar.
All right. Now, on the festive season, do you think this will be a good, robust festive season?
Look, I think with the kind of launches which have happened in the industry and the kind of availability, because if you see last few years, because of the constraints of availability, many customers were not able to really get the vehicles they want because of less stocks. But this time, because the availability is better, people have been able to ramp up their production. The semiconductor crisis is behind us. I think many customers who are waiting for the festival season to get their favorite cars will be able to do it. And I think nothing helps motivates us more than ability to really deliver the customer at the time he wants. So I think this is what all salespeople work for, and this is what will give us most pleasure when customers can get their favorite Hyundai car in this festival season.
You know, one very big product launch this year was Mahindra Rox, and price-wise it will compare with Alcazar. Do you see, a stiff competition from Rox?
So if I see, look, the Hyundai has been in India for 28 years, and always competition has come. I think more choice to the customers, more launches, always expand the segment, give more opportunities to everybody. So win-win, it's a win-win, more launches, more choice to the customer, more benchmarks to really surmount, very good for everybody.
One last question, Alcazar, do you think from what you were doing in Alcazar pre-facelift, you will be able to do better?
So very difficult to really give a forward guidance, but we believe that any new product which comes in, especially a product as good as Alcazar, with the kind of changes we do, always brings in more excitement and always more opportunity. We are very hopeful.
Thank you so much, Tarun.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.